Any leader who wants to lead a team with an infinite mindset needs to bear in mind 5 different things. Advance a just cause, build trust in teams, study your worthy rivals, prepare for flexibility, and demonstrating the courage to lead. Hi BookTube, I'm Chris, I'm a doctor. Let me tell you a bit more. See, an infinite mindset is long-term thinking. A short-term mindset you'd think of as a finite mindset. So various companies, if you look back, have gone from one mindset to another. Apple versus Microsoft. At times, Apple displayed an infinite mindset thinking about the future and what possibilities could come, whereas Microsoft were too focused on that particular sales cycle that they maybe lost the wood from the trees. Equally, even in wars, the Vietnamese versus the Americans had a very short-term mindset thinking about the next battle. For a business, you want to adopt this infinite mindset. Well, you may or may not, but if you do, there's 3 pillars that you must possess. And this is purpose, protect the people, and generate a profit. So advancing a purpose. This offers people a sense of belonging, a feeling that their lives and work have value beyond what they're actually doing. Protecting people. We want to operate companies that protect the people that we work with and those that work with us and the environments which we live and work in. And thirdly, arguably the most important, you need to generate profit, because money is the thing that fuels your business. If you run out of that, it's not viable, and then you could have the other 2 pillars, but without the cash, your business would fail. So a responsibility of business really is to use its will and resources, creating that cause that's greater than itself, and then it can continue to do these things as long as possible. An organization can really do whatever it likes as long as it is responsible for the consequence of its actions. So Microsoft, Walmart, these at some point were led by Steve Ballmer and Mike Duke, and they had a finite path. Had the companies actually stayed on this path, potentially they could be off the scene today. However, the CEOs that replaced them, which was Doug McMillon at Walmart and Satya Nadella at Microsoft, they had a choice to make, and they made the choice to say we need to put the company on the infinite path. Although they may still face challenges, they were both very committed to leading a cause, not just running a company. Courageous leaders are strong because they know they don't have all the answers and they don't have total control. They do, however, have each other and a just cause that will guide them. And when leaders actually display the courage to lead and treat people as individuals, the people who work in the organization perhaps can even reflect that same degree of courage, because you need the just cause to guide the company, and that actually provides you with the vision to know what you want to do for the long-term success of a company. So a CEO should perhaps be called a Chief Visionary Officer instead of a CEO. The rivalry bit, it's important to have worthy rivals. Now this doesn't mean that you think that your rivals have to be moral or any way serve a greater good, but it means that you can just learn things from them. It can reveal to us where we can make improvements, and the very manner in which we play the game can challenge us, inspire us, or even force us to improve. Organizations that choose to operate with a bias for will are ultimately more resilient than those that prioritize resources. When hard times strike, and sadly they will always strike, in the companies with a bias for will, the people are much more likely to rally together to protect each other, to protect the company and the resources that that company possesses and their leaders. Not because they're told to do it, because they simply choose to do it. And this flexibility to adapt, realize, and actually often realize that they need a new vision as the world changes is also important. And if you want to know more about that, look at the example of Walt Disney. I hope you've enjoyed that. I'll see you next time.